The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know what? I know you're big on aliens. I just don't believe it. I mean, we talked about this last time.
You don't believe it at all?
I believe there's other life forms.
You just don't believe they've been here?
I don't think they're coming here. No, there's no reason to come here. We are offering nothing.
What are you talking about?
What are we offering, Joe?
Well,
if you're that far in it,
people travel to go study small mammals in the Congo. Do you know that?
Yes.
They spend giant chunks of their life to go look at butterflies. We found a new frog in South America, and the National Geographic Society will give them money. We're going to document this frog. People are curious, and anything that's going to be intelligent and innovative, anything that's going to invent technology, the only reason why you invent technology is because you are curious. And if you are curious, you're not going to stop being curious. You're going to continue to be curious. And if you have a fucking whole planet filled with predatory apes that have thermonuclear weapons and they want to control various patches of land that they've designated on maps with lines, and they put stupid fucking fences up, and they nuke each other, and they fucking fly planes and drop bombs out, and they have other planes that they fucking operate remotely with these little joysticks and drop bombs on people, and we kill terrorists, and some of the people that run the country are terrorists. And then you have the stock market. Like, what the fuck are these people doing? The stock market's, what is that, a bunch of numbers that are bouncing around? They're trying to speculate what's going to go this, and it's based on confidence? Oh, my God, these people are crazy. And then they have the ability to send video through the air, and it reaches their phone on the other side of the world instantaneously. Like, whoa, this is really heavy stuff. These fucking crazy monkeys down on planet Earth are weird. We should study them. Of course they would study us. We're sending rockets into space. We're invading other planets in our solar system to try to colonize.
If they're coming here, that's basic to them. All that stuff you just mentioned is so basic.
Says who? Says who? Says you?
To get here, they have to have technology we haven't even...
No, they don't. No, they have to have technology that's slightly more advanced than us. We will be able to unquestionably travel to other planets within 100 years or 200 years. Let's say 300 years.
Okay.
So that's comparing us to people that live in 1720, right? That's not that long.
Okay.
So it's like we went back in time to visit people in the 1700s. We'd be fascinated. And we'd be very interested. If we found a planet somewhere 300 years from now that had people on that planet that lived like people lived here in the 1700s, we would be blown away. We would think it's the most unique and interesting thing we've ever found ever in life.
I just don't know, with everyone having a cell phone, can take footage, why don't they have why don't multiple people have the same footage of the same thing? Like, it happens.
Well, they do. There are some sightings, particularly the Phoenix lights that happened in the 90s that many, many people captured. Mm-hmm. They don't know exactly what they are. They don't know what but a lot of people captured these lights that are in the sky. Now, my take on the Phoenix lights and a lot of these things is usually that there's some sort of a military aircraft they're working on. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. They don't have to visit all the time. If they only visited once or twice, these unique experiences that have happened once or twice over the course of human history, or 3 times, or 10 times, or 100 times, what are the odds that anyone's going to capture it? Especially if they're smart about it, especially if they're smart about how they come, especially if they have some sort of cloaking apparatus, or they have some ability to understand when they're being viewed or observed, and knowing how to hide or how to camouflage their ships. But of course they would be interested. I think that's the least plausible scenario that they wouldn't be interested in us.
The thing that was interesting to me when you interviewed Snow, he's been through everything, and he found Snowden. He found no evidence.
But he hasn't been through everything. First of all, he's only one man, and he was only working there for a short amount of time.
Okay.
It's not like he's
working there. But he had access to a lot.
Yes, but it's not like he's working there for hundreds of years and deeply diving into the subject of UFOs and has access to. And not only that, like, what does he have access to? Is access to the NSA files? And like everything's compartmentalized. You know, that's one of the big problems with the military is that the NASA does not have access to what the Navy has access to, which doesn't have access to what the Army has access to. Like, they don't always cooperate. And so for him to say that he didn't find anything about UFOs, that makes sense. Like, he probably even looked a little bit and didn't find anything about UFOs. That doesn't mean there's nothing about UFOs. It just means that he didn't find anything.
Okay.
There's a lot of information out there when you think about one person that's going to scour all the government records from the 1950s to present about what they've discovered and what they haven't.
So Area 51, what do you think is in there?
Nothing now.
Nothing now. You think,
nothing now.
Okay.
I think at one point in time it is for sure one point in time what they used to work on secret military projects, or aircrafts, and that's where the Blackbird came out of. That's where the stealth bomber came out of. There was a lot of that stuff that a lot of people mistook for UFOs. I think the real question lies in the very small percentage of unexplained sightings. So if you look at UFO sightings, you take the pie of UFO sightings, I would say there's, and not me, they say, what they're talking about that's been solved is somewhere in the neighborhood of 95% of those. 95% can be explained by swamp gas, ball lightning. Ball lightning is a phenomenon that comes when, depending upon tectonic pressure, the Earth can release this lightning out of the ground that travels in a ball-shaped pattern and zigs through the sky and then vanishes and disappears. They don't totally understand how it's being created, but they do know it requires some pressure in the earth, something about tectonic plates and possibly different atmospheric conditions, but it's a real observable phenomenon that's actually occurred on planes before. Like it's flown down the passageway of a jet at one point in time. Yeah, multiple people observed this ball lightning, and they thought they were being boarded by a fucking UFO or something. It's a weird. You've never seen it?
No.
It's a very weird phenomena. Mm-hmm. See, get a video on. We should probably wrap this up soon. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes. Get that. Get a video on ball lightning, because they have observed this and filmed this. It's really fascinating. That's responsible for a lot of UFO sightings.
But you said there's that 5% that 5%, can't be explained.
Yeah. And maybe out of that 5%, 4% they just haven't figured out how to explain it. Like, wait, let me see this. See, like that is ball lightning. See that thing hovering in the sky? And sometimes they'll fly around. Sometimes not only do they hover in place, but they move around. So lightning crackles, and then this thing will hover in the sky. And then sometimes they actually come out of the ground.
This is bad comparison probably, but it's almost like an ash. When you...
This is a bad video. See if there's...
From the Weather Channel.
I understand. But the problem is there's all this other people talking in it. There's different videos of ball lightning that I've watched. It's pretty interesting shit, man. Ball lightning is weird because it's see, like there. It flies around, and it looks like a fucking UFO. See? And then it disappears. So that's a weird one. That's a weird one that kind of looks like it would be an alien spacecraft. And then they get videos of it, and it looks like a ball flying through the sky. People are like, oh my God, it's a UFO. But it's just a very rare atmospheric occurrence.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if I was an alien species 500 years more advanced than we are, I would be fucking fascinated by Earth. And that's all you need. 500 years from now, with the exponential growth of technology like we're experiencing on Earth, 500 years from now, if we don't blow ourselves up, or if they're different than us, like maybe they evolved different and they don't have the same battle for resources, so they didn't develop the kind of territorial behavior that us apes have. If they develop something more complex and a different sort of cooperative evolutionary mechanism, they could be very different than us, but still way more advanced, but interested in us.
Okay. All right. Will you ever see one in your lifetime?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I haven't yet.
I don't think you will.
I got something right here. You want to see them?
No, I don't. What's in there?
Mushrooms.
Oh.
You can eat aliens. You just got to take the right dose.